Hey guys, I'm really sorry to Mr. Earhart and to my group that today is the day I'm going to UMD, which is the last day of the quarter, and Sound and Sense Day for me. So, I'm sorry. Hopefully this will make up for it. Our group is doing patterns, and I'm hoping I can figure out how to edit videos to get it to say that, so this video isn't completely boring. You don't have to write anything down that I say, it'll all be in the slides. I'm going to basically give you guys a general overview of the chapter, and you'll see examples and all that great stuff, and you'll get clarity when you see it through the slides. So pattern is really important to poems because it organizes them, it makes them more appealing, and it really contributes to the meaning of a poem, because as we've learned that poets specifically write their poems and place words where they're placed to convey their certain meanings. Any displacement of a word can alter the meaning of a poem. So patterns are very important in that sense. This chapter discusses structure and form of poetry. So the structure of a poem is basically how the ideas and images and sentences and the poet's thoughts, how those are all arranged within the poem. And the poem form is the whole appearance of the poem, and the shape of it, basically. So we're going to be talking about different types of form. We're going to be talking about continuous form, stanzaic form, and fixed form. So continuous form is basically a free-for-all. So the poet, before they write the poem, they decide for themselves how they're going to organize it, and it's usually organized by what they're writing about, so like by ideas and all of that. And that's how they break up the poem. Stanzaic poetry or stanzaic form is when the author breaks up by stanzas. So, and each stanza will be the same length, usually have the same rhythm. My favorite are the ones that rhyme. Fixed form is the last type of form, and that's all the traditional patterns that you see. So a typical fixed form would be the way haiku is set up, and we all know haikus. Haikus go 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, but so it's a basic layout that poets follow when they write their poetry. So we're going to be talking about two important types. But the two types of fixed form poems that we're going to be looking at are sonnets and villanelles. So a sonnet is a 14-line poem with a specific rhyme scheme. So it's basically different ways of forming 14 lines in a poem. And there's even patterns that within these guidelines of the sonnet. So we're going to be looking at the Italian sonnet, which is divided into two parts. So the first 8 lines are going to have their own rhyming pattern, and the last 6 lines are going to have their own rhyming pattern in the whole Italian sonnet. The next one is the English sonnet. It consists of 3 stanzas, each with 4 lines, and then a final stanza with just 2 lines in it. And that's the basic form. It has a specific rhyme pattern that you will see in the slides. And now we're going to be talking about the villanelle, which is probably the most complex pattern of poetry that we're going to be looking at. It really focuses on repetition and rhyme. So it is 19 lines long, and it is divided into 5 3-line stanzas, and then a final 4-line stanza at the end. And you will again see this rhyme sound pattern on the board. It'll be really confusing if I try to say it out loud. So yeah, all right, so that is your quick overview of what you're going to be looking at and hopefully learning better. I hope this was helpful. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna let Micah and Varun take over, so I'll see you guys soon.